Let me tell you something brutally honest about ML models in production. You can retrain your model today, and make it worse than yesterday. And you won't even notice it. Why? Because you don't have any logs, no errors, and nothing crashes. Just silently degrading the performance. And if you don't have CI CD for ML models, you will deploy that bad model straight into production, and everything will look normal while predictions will fall apart. Predictions will fall apart. So today I'm going to show you exactly how real companies solve this. A CI CD pipeline that retrains the model, evaluates against the production version, reject the bad models, and promote only the better models. This is not software CI CD. This is CI CD for AI, and this changes everything. Before we dive in, if you actually want to learn real world MLOps the way engineers do it in companies, hit like, subscribe, and comment CI CD for AI. So I know you are following this series like a pro. Alright, let's jump into the demo. So right now I'm in the Visual Studio Code. Here we have MLOps episode 5 folder. So inside this folder, there are multiple folders. So if you see artifacts, prod, candidate, data model, and all these different files. If you look at here, train good model, first step, then followed by train bad model. Then we are going to compare them and also promote them. Finally, we are going to automate it using cicd.yaml file. Okay, this is the plan for today. So first of all, I would like to talk about train underscore good model.py file. So this is the exact stuff which we had in our previous episodes as well. So this is our baseline, our trusted model. We are going to train this and we are going to save it in a artifacts underscore prod folder. Something similar what we did in our previous episodes. Pipeline.pkl as a file. I'm going to run this script real quick. We are going to run this train good model.py. Press enter. So this gives us a stable high accuracy model, the one currently running in production. Now let's create a bad model, like what happens in real teams due to bad data, label noise, wrong preprocessing, truncated vocabulary, wrong configuration. This model looks normal, but it is much worse. Now let's try to run this real quick. So I'm going to clear the screen and I will try to replace this with bad model. Train bad model and bad model.py. Press enter. So once we run this, we will have an accuracy. If you see, the accuracy is 0.75. Our production model had 1% accuracy. So this model is 100% guaranteed to be worse, and it is, let's say, perfect for our demo because CI/CD must reject it. Now let's look at the evaluate pipeline.py file. So here we are trying to evaluate our good model versus bad model. If you see, we are trying to load the data.csv file and loading the production model, candidate model as well. Here we are trying to print the production model accuracy and candidate model accuracy. If candidate is greater than production, promote new model. If not, we are trying to reject this. Okay. So let me run that real quick. I'm using Python once again, model evaluate pipeline.py. Press enter. So if you see, production model accuracy is 1.0 and candidate model accuracy is 0.6. So it is rejecting the new model. This is expected. This is exactly what CI/CD will use in our pipeline. Okay. Then we have this promote.py file wherein if that is successful, we are, let's say, trying to copy from artifacts candidate folder to artifacts prod folder. This is very simple. I'm going to share all these files and scripts to all my newsletter subscribers. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my newsletter so that you won't miss any video source code. So let's jump to the API underscore version 2.py. This is also the same exact file which I used in our previous episodes. We have artifacts prod pipeline.pkl file. We are not changing anything in our API file. We are just trying to copy from candidate artifacts to production artifacts. All right. So let's try to test this locally real quick. I'm running Ubicon model API version 2 app-reload. Press enter. Then I can navigate to the browser, and here I need to add /docs as endpoint. So it looks fine. Now I would like to jump into the CI/CD pipeline. So I'm going to jump to the .github folder, workflows folder, MLOps CI/CD.yaml file. Here name is MLOps CI/CD. On every push to the main branch, it will trigger the pipeline. We are trying to run this on Ubuntu latest version, checking out the source code, setting up Python according to my local environment. Then we are trying to install dependencies, same as we did in our local machine. Then we are trying to train the model, bad model. Followed by we are trying to evaluate production versus candidate by using this particular script. Then if it is success, we are trying to promote it. If not, reject it. Okay. Let's try to push these changes. And now we are going to push all these changes and try to run our first MLOps CI/CD pipeline. For that, I'm going to add all these changes real quick. All right, I did a small mistake here. We need to move this .github folder to the root repository folder. So let me move this real quick. And I would like to delete it from here. I don't want it here. Delete this. Also, a small addition to the CI/CD pipeline.yaml file. Here, right now I'm saying trigger it on main branch. I would like to trigger this only when something changes on our episode 5 folder. So for example, MLOps episode 5, if something is changing, then only it will trigger the pipeline. Apart from that, I would like to trigger when something changes in MLOps CI/CD.yaml file as well. Okay, save this, and real quick, I'm going to commit it. This is just a hack only for demo purpose only. In production scenarios, we'll deal it in a different way. So let me add that real quick. Git commit space -m update the branch folder path. Then we are going to push this real quick. Git push. So let's jump back to here. If you see, it's like pending stage, details, and it is trying to install packages. It is failing. Yes, expected. This requirements.txt file is not in the root location. I will try to add that real quick. So another tweak I'm trying to do here. Right now we don't have requirements.txt file on the root location. So I'm saying please look into this particular folder and try to install it. Same goes for other lines as well. Models, model train.py, and also here followed by in this location as well. All right, so we did change everywhere, just a hiccup, little bit of hiccup. I'm going to add that real quick once again. Update pipeline YAML file and then push it. So now hopefully it should work. Let me go back. This is running once again, and I can see train evaluate installing dependencies successfully. Looks like one of the commit didn't get pushed. The pipeline failed once again. So let me push that real quick. Now this should work. So let me refresh this. The pipeline started. So it installed dependencies, checking out code, setting up Python, installing dependencies. Looks good. All right, guys. I was seeing different errors with respect to the location path and stuff because I was trying to run locally and then I'm trying to run it in CI/CD pipeline. So I added an extra line here, working directory as MLOps episode 5, just for this demo purpose only. If you see, everywhere I try to add this line, MLOps episode 5. Once again, MLOps episode 5. So this should work now. I will try to real quick add this git commit -m update directory path. Then I'm going to push this. I just pushed the source code and let's see if it will work now. Setting up job, checking out source code, set up Python, installing dependencies. These are all the exact steps which we followed locally on our computer. Now the same steps we are trying to run in a CI/CD pipeline. So this step is successful. Train candidate, bad candidate. We got the accuracy of 0.5. Then it is trying to evaluate this model. Now I see another, this train candidate model step passed successfully. Now I see a different error saying no such file or directory, artifacts prod pipeline.pkl. If I check back my source code, if you see, I try to add .pkl in .gitignore file. So it is trying to ignore the folder artifacts underscore candidate and artifacts underscore prod, wherein we have this pipeline.pkl. So it tried to ignore, that's why it is failing. Now I tried to remove this file and save it, and then trying to add this, also trying to commit the message. This would be the last and final fix. In real world scenarios also you will see these problems, so that's why I'm trying to show you the exact same stuff. So I'm going to just go back and open this file, pipeline, sorry. And if you see, it's trying to install dependencies. So if you see, train candidate model ran successfully. So let's look at the accuracy. It shows bad candidate model accuracy is 0.0. You see, every time it is changing the accuracy. And here, if you see, production model is 1.0, candidate model accuracy is 0.44. Reject new model. Then promote model to production if better. Candidate is worse, keeping existing production model. Okay. Followed by, it is trying to clean up the setup job which we created. And in the end, the pipeline is green. Also, there's a possibility to fail the pipeline, but yeah, for this demo purpose, I'm keeping it green. So today we build something that very few people actually understand, a real CI/CD pipeline for ML models, one that automatically retrains, evaluates, rejects, and also promote models based on metrics, not emotions. This is how real AI systems stay safe. In the next episode, we bring the next big piece: monitoring, drift detection, Prometheus alerts. Because even a good model can decay silently in production. Hit like, subscribe, and comment, promote it if you are ready for episode 6. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.